The moment this clip aired, no one expected what would happen next. A liberal TV host thought he was untouchable, laughing at Tucker Carlson on national television. But within 24 hours, everything changed. And when Tucker finally responded, the entire media world stopped. Because what he said wasn't just a comeback, it was a warning. It started with a joke. A late-night TV host, one of those polished, big network personalities, thought he had the perfect moment to humiliate Tucker Carlson. It was live, it was loud, and it was meant to be unforgettable. He rolled the clip, a carefully selected segment from Tucker's show, cut, edited, and twisted just right to make him look ridiculous. Then came the punchline. The studio audience erupted in laughter. The host leaned back, grinning, enjoying the applause. It was the kind of laughter that wasn't just humor. It was meant to tear someone down. This wasn't the first time mainstream media had taken shots at Tucker Carlson, but this time, they weren't prepared for what came next. Because while they were laughing, Tucker was watching. Tucker Carlson wasn't the kind of man to lash out in anger. He wasn't the type to fire back immediately with insults or rage. No, he sat there, watching the clip play out, listening to the laughter. And then, he smiled. Not the kind of smile you give when something's funny. No, this was different. It was the smile of a man who knew something they didn't. A man who had been in the game long enough to recognize what was happening, and exactly how to turn it around. But before he even had the chance to respond, the internet was already on fire. The clip of the TV host mocking Tucker exploded online. It spread like wildfire, racking up millions of views overnight. Social media was flooded with reactions, some laughing along, others calling it a cheap shot. Then something strange happened. People started digging. They went back and watched the full version of the clip the host had edited. And what they found, it changed everything. Because the original footage, it told a completely different story. What Tucker had actually said wasn't ridiculous. It wasn't laughable. It was a serious, thoughtful discussion. One that had been deliberately cut and reassembled to make him look foolish. And now, people were furious. Comments started flooding in, "This is dishonest. They lied about what he said. Why are they so desperate to make him look bad?" The narrative was shifting, fast. But the biggest shift, that came when Tucker Carlson himself finally spoke. And when he did, no one was laughing anymore. The next night, Tucker Carlson sat behind his desk, staring directly into the camera. His usual smirk was gone. No jokes, no sarcasm, just a pause, a long, deliberate pause. Then he spoke. "You know, I saw something interesting last night," he said. "A certain late-night host, who I won't name, because frankly he's not that important, thought it would be funny to take something I said, chop it into pieces, and turn it into a joke." He leaned forward slightly. "But here's the thing. They weren't laughing at me. They were laughing at you." That's when things took a turn. Because Tucker didn't just defend himself. He went after something much bigger. He laid it all out. How mainstream media twists narratives. How they rely on selective editing. How they manipulate audiences into believing what they want them to believe. "They do it all the time," he said. "And they think you're too stupid to notice." The moment those words left his mouth, social media erupted. The clip of his response shot to the top of trending lists. People who hadn't even seen the original late-night segment were now watching Tucker's takedown. And this time, they weren't laughing at him. They were listening. But the real shock, that came just hours later. Because as Tucker's response spread, something unexpected happened. The liberal TV host, the one who had mocked him, went completely silent. No tweets, no follow-ups, no jokes, just silence. And then, even stranger, the clip of him mocking Tucker. It started disappearing, taken down, scrubbed from official pages. News outlets who had covered it suddenly stopped mentioning it. Almost as if they wanted people to forget it ever happened. But by then it was too late. By the time the dust settled, it was clear. This wasn't just about a late-night joke gone wrong. It was about something much bigger. It was about trust, about manipulation, about how easily the media can twist a story to fit their own narrative. Tucker Carlson didn't just respond to an insult. He exposed something deeper, and people saw it. The conversation had shifted from "Ha, look at Tucker," to "Wait, how many other times have they done this?" The late-night host, once so confident, never directly addressed what happened. No apology, no clarification, just silence. Because what could he say? That he didn't deliberately edit the clip, that he didn't try to mislead his audience. The evidence was already out there. And Tucker, he didn't need to say anything more. He didn't have to gloat or rub it in. He had done something far more powerful. He let the truth speak for itself. In the end, the real punchline wasn't on him. It was on them. And no one was laughing anymore. What do you think? Was this just another case of media bias, or was this something even bigger? Drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. And if you want more stories like this, hit that subscribe button. Because trust me, there's always more to the story.